This week's US CQM forecast alert is economic growth in 2023 Q3 will exceed 3.5%. The gaps between the actual monthly economic indicators and their ARIMA forecast had the largest impact on the PCA forecast of economic growth and the smallest impact on the economic growth on the income side due to the upward revision of GDP price deflator. Economic growth forecasts illustrate an upward trend on both the expenditure and income side. Economic growth in 2023 Q3 will exceed 3.5%. Economic growth is steady when the rate of economic growth on the income side is higher than that on the expenditure side. The steady economic growth is also reflected in the real final sales forecast. The downward trend in inflation has bottomed out, and we can see a gradual rise going forward. However, the growth rate of any inflation indicator is projected to be less than 2%. The PCA's economic growth rate was revised up 2.21%, the largest increase of 0.78%. But the growth rate of 2.21% is more than 1% lower than that of CQM. Conversely, the GDP price deflator forecast is about 2% higher than the CQM. Updated actual figures for July money supply, trade balance, construction spending, manufacturing shipment, and business inventories should narrow the gap between the PCA and the CQM forecast considerably. Conclusions from this week's US CQM forecast alert. The first, the economic growth in 2023 Q3 will exceed 3.5% with an upward trend. Second, steady economic growth can be expected from final demand. The third, inflation forecasts for 2023 Q3 have turned to a modest uptrend, with growth in the range of 0.5% to 2.0%. The fourth, the gaps between CQM and PCA forecast will shrink pretty much with the July update of the actual economic indicators. This slide contains additional information about this week's detailed CQM forecast and shows how to access the past US CQM forecast alert.